Save the new generation.
Hi everyone, welcome to another exciting episode of No Filter Save a New Generation. I'm your host, Hope Onyeche for another lovely episode that will be coming your way today. I have two lovely guests in the studio today who will be sharing more insight in regards to our topic today called Vocational Training and Alternative to University. Welcome to the studio, you guys.
Thank you.
So, today's topic is Vocational Training and Alternative to University. When you hear about that, what do you actually think?
Well, vocational training has to do with you finding your roots and how you get to learn a skill or find your path to university or find what works for you. It's all about you training yourself to know what you're good in and finding your hobbies.
Okay, what about you, Ella?
Vocational training offers practicals and hand-on experience.
Okay.
Like it's more like a training, like learning skills, rather than university.
Okay.
Yes, is a program where I see it as a program where you learn skills for those people that don't want to go into the universities, people that they are not interested in moving further with education.
Okay. So what are the advantages and disadvantages of vocational training and that of the university?
Well, vocational training is all about you focusing basically on what works for your skills. Doesn't have to do with university actually, but it also helps in looking into how you can go into the university. You watch the cost of you're going to the school. You need a lot of money actually.
Yeah.
You have your tuitions to pay.
Exactly.
You have your rents to pay. You have your handouts to buy. We have all students calling their parents all day. So these are things you need to check before going. Can I afford this before going to the university? If it's something that you can't afford, then you can go for a vocational training whereby you can acquire your skills and find what works for you best.
Okay. What about you, Ella?
Okay, advantages of vocational training: it gives you insight on what you want to do, the skill you want to learn. Yes, and the disadvantage is not much though, because the disadvantage is if you don't go to school, there are other advanced learning you get to learn in school. Yeah, so you don't get that if you don't go to school.
Okay.
Yeah, so education also helps in skills, honestly, because after learning your skills, you need to be wise, educated on some areas of life.
That's true.
Yeah, to be able to move forward, like in aspect of advertisements.
Okay.
If you want to advertise your business, there's a way education shapes how you advertise your business, how you package your products.
Okay.
And yes, so education too is quite necessary, but it's also vocational training also an alternative if you don't want to go to school though.
Okay. So now I would like to throw this question to you guys. Let's say you guys did not go to the university. Instead, you guys had to go for vocational training. But now that you guys are in school, if we were given an ultimatum like to go for vocational training, would you guys want to do that instead of forging ahead into the university or any of that?
Well, I would say no for now, because I feel like I'm good where I'm at. So I wouldn't want to put myself elsewhere. So I'll say I won't change that actually.
Okay, what about you, Ella?
Yeah, I'm almost finishing school, so I might as well just go for it because I'm already educated.
Okay.
So if I go for the training, it's just like I'm going to just go and learn and then add my knowledge on school on it. Yes, so I think I'll go for it.
Okay, wow, that's lovely. So please do stay tuned. We'll be heading down to the streets to hear more in regards to vocational training and alternative to university. Do stay tuned, and we'll be right back. Good day, everyone. Welcome back once again. My name is Hope Ogre from C Digital Media and a street interview called Save a New Generation. So with me today, I have your name, please.
Kachina.
Kachina. Wow, nice to meet you, Kachina. So where are you from and what do you do?
From Benue State. I'm a law student here.
Okay, law student in which school?
Reverend Father Moses Oshia, that's University, Makudi.
Okay, that's lovely. So I have a few questions that I would like to ask you. which is in regards to academic and professional pressure. And the
Alright.
question goes like this: would you consider learning a skill or a trade instead of going to the university?
Well, it's not, the answer cannot be really direct, because in a society you have to like blend. You
Okay.
can't really throw away the trades and the skills and then leave the formal education we have, the Western education we have,
Okay.
because both ways are ways that people can be innovative. Although in the skill and the trade part, you can, it allows for more innovation. But in
Okay.
school, it's like there's a curriculum where students learn in a straight path. So there isn't much space for innovation to let people exercise their minds and creativity in the formal education we have. So if you take the normal school, the university education, and then you have a touch of your skill, you could use your knowledge that you have been taught in class, and then blend it with the skill you have learned, and then make up something. Now we have what we call biofabrication,
Yeah.
where you have industries, people who have learnt biology and all that, they enter the industry, and then they try to use cells, living cells, and create organisms from those cells. So this is like merging your skill, where you are a manufacturer, and blending the education you have had on biology. So if you do this and do that, you could blend it and bring up something really beautiful and dynamic in the society. Yes.
Well, that's lovely. So, can you please just give us a little advice to our viewers all over the world?
Okay.
I think that's the question.
Okay, so to the viewers, I would advise that while education is broadly accepted, and you know, in Africa here, our parents always advise that go to school, when you're done, you get a job. But then you could still find out time and learn a skill, and then blend them together and bring up something beautiful for the society. Thank you.
Thank you so much. I really
Thank you.
appreciate
Thank
that. Welcome guys, you're back. We just came back from the street whereby we got to hear more in regards to how people are trying to decide whether to go for either vocational training or alternates for university. But not to worry, we have two lovely guests here that would want to share more in regards to that aspect. But firstly, one of our guests mentioned that he might just want to like continue with the university and not actually want to go for the vocational training. I don't know if he actually understood the question I threw at him then before we went on the break, but let's try to get more from him. So, Mr. John James.
So it's like you misunderstood what I meant. Actually, it's not like I was saying it's a bad idea.
Okay.
But I felt like where I'm at right now, I'm almost done with university. So I was like, yeah, I would just prefer to be done with it than. But if I see an opportunity to, like, you know, that is bright, that can brighten up my future, I definitely go for it.
Okay, that's lovely. So now, before your advice now to our audience out there, let's say there are people that are struggling, that maybe they don't have the money to actually further their education school, and they just want to go for vocational training. But still, yeah, it's that vocational training. Some of them are not free. Some of them, they come with a fixed price, that some of them are actually expensive, some are not really expensive. If you're in that kind of situation, how would you advise the person that really wants to go for the vocational training, knowing fully well that, okay, it's just that maybe like a peanuts for the person to pay than maybe going to the university, but he's still trying to weigh his choices? How would you advise the person?
Well, if you feel like you need to go for the skill acquisition,
Yeah.
and you know you're really good at it already, like for example, there are people out there who can draw without even going to, you know, to get taught how to draw. There are people that, so you see, like people like that in that situation, when you feel like you want to join a movement and you don't probably have the capable funds to join, you can, you know, find a way around. You can talk to your family members, your relatives. There are uncles out there who can actually support you when, if like for instance, if I'm growing, I'm an uncle, if I hear that a niece or a son of mine wants to, you know, do such, I will definitely support you, because it's something that I know that will brighten up your future and will help you grow.
Okay. What about you, Ella?
You know, everything in this world has a price.
Definitely.
Yes. So I'll advise you, before you go, you should already know that you're going to pay for this thing.
Okay.
Yeah, so and it's something that will help you later in life. So I feel you should work towards getting that. Don't do it illegally, but work for the money and then be able to pay for your tuition fee. But for people that find it hard, I feel there are other organizations that help without you even paying. Maybe like you just work for them. Yeah, you work under them. So whatever it is you get paid, you maybe share it like a 60-40 or 70-30.
Yeah.
So I think you should just still go for that, because in the process of that you're still saving up money. So when you save up the money, you can now pay for the ones that are now teaching you, like, to advance your knowledge.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, so what will be your advice now to the audience out there that might be struggling with vocational training and also how they alternate to university based on our topic today?
So I would actually advise you to, identify your interests first. You should find that one thing that you're good in, and then try and build on it. And also, you should research the market. There are different things out there that a young man or a young lady can get involved in and can get paid easily. There are different things. I actually have an auntie of mine who recently got into book writing. It's something just you can do it at the comfort of home. You can just she's into novels, so she picked that as a hobby. So she's writing books, and whereby she gets paid. She sells her stories and she gets paid. So there are different things out there right now that can, help.
Okay. What about you, Ella?
Just like he said, pick what interests you. Yeah, so you pick what interests you, like what you know you can do, what you know you're best at, what you know you are good in, and then I think you should go for it. If you feel you're not good to go for university, then just channel all your energy on that thing you're good on, and you see it. And in the long run, along the line, you can decide to go back to school.
Definitely.
Yeah, to acquire education, knowledge, and all. So I think you should, if you feel you don't want to go to school, then just go for what you want to do, what you feel like you want to do.
Okay. So, and there you have it, our lovely audience out there. No matter what it is, both vocational training and that of the university are something that it's important for each and every one of us to actually go through. If you know that you have a particular skills that you would want to grow on, you can actually go for that, knowing fully well that at the long run, once you have the stable finance to actually further ahead for your education, you can go that. Also, for the parents out there, please also try to know what your child is good at, so that you can actually support them, because I know there are parents out there that would just want to, like, okay, just go for vocational training, there's no need for you going to school, and then in the long run they might not know how to speak English or know how to communicate with their customers. This is another place whereby school comes into play, because they'll have to interact with people, learn the necessary as in basics in regards to English language and a lot of that. So no matter what it is, our parents have to support us, and you yourself, you have to know what exactly makes you grow and know your interest in what you want to do. So no matter what it is, don't forget to like, don't forget to share, don't forget to subscribe, and also more lovely episodes will be coming your way soon. I remain your host, Hope on your Cherry Doko. Bye for now.